So in some problems, after you multiply, you might have to factor. So here we have a much more complicated problem. And before I get started, I'm going to simplify by factoring the numerator and factoring the denominator. When I factor the numerator, it's 2 times y squared times y minus 5. I leave it in factored form. I'm not going to multiply it out at this point. When I factor the denominator, it's going to give me, factor out of 3y leaves me a 1 minus y, and then the y squared minus 6y plus 5 factors into y minus 5 times y minus 1. Now that it's in factored form, I'm going to cancel all of the factors that are the same. And then I'll be left with 2y in the numerator and 3 and 1 minus y and y minus 1 in the denominator. And since y minus 1 and 1 minus y are really the same thing if you factor out a negative 1, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to factor out a negative 1 out of that 1 minus y, put that out in front of the parentheses, or in front of the fraction, and now I'll be done. So sometimes when you're multiplying fractions, the easiest thing that you want to do is to factor the numerator, factor the denominator, cancel the factors, and then see what you're left with. This will be my final answer, and it's in factored form. And you want to leave it in factored form.